So again, thank you everyone for being with us today. We're going to do some introductions first, and so you all students know who you're in the room with, and then we're going to hand it over to our guest speaker to take it away. First off, my name is Courtney Carter. I am the Career Center Coordinator here at RCC. I've been with RCC for about 5 years now. Been in the Career Center Coordinator role for about 4 years now. Time's flying for sure. But I definitely want to make sure that I share with you all just a little bit of information about the Career Center before I hand it to my colleague Muriel. The Career Center is here to help you all in two main areas. The first area is career exploration and life planning. That's where we provide assessments for students who are still looking for the appropriate major and what career they want to get into as they're leading through their academic journey. So we provide counseling and advising appointments to students to talk about their particular situation and to help students along the career decision-making model framework that we follow here through the Career Center. The other aspect that we assist with is career readiness. So that's where we help students with resume development, cover letter development, interview strategies, the job search process and resources. We also have a career closet I know Muriel might touch on for a minute there, and many other great resources that support our students throughout their time here at RCC and prepare them for what's beyond RCC. So thank you all for being with us today. I'm going to hand it over to my colleague in the Career Center, Muriel. She'll introduce herself before we get started.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you guys again for joining us. We really appreciate those that take the time to take advantage of these resources we offer here in the Career Center, such as these workshops and webinars. They're very informative, and I know you're going to enjoy the one for today. So as Courtney said, my name is Muriel Anderson McDade, and my role here at the college is job developer. And what that means is that I'm going to be ready and available to assist you when you're ready for employment. And when I say employment, that could be either on campus or off campus. I do work closely with our on-campus employment placement coordinator over in the college, as well as with our local employers that are outside of the college. So students will usually make an appointment to see me when they're ready for employment. They've already met with our peer mentors. They've gotten their resume ready. You've attended a lot of our resume workshops. So you have an idea of the type of job you're looking for. You've gotten your resumes ready, and you just need that extra support to make those resume employer ready, which means relevant to a specific employer. So I'm that resource for anything job related, such as career closet. Courtney mentioned that. We want to make sure that you're professionally dressed when you're going for your interview. So we do offer free professional attire. So you'll definitely connect with me. We have flyers all around campus if you need an appointment or if you have more questions on that. You'll also work with me, as I said, on our other job board. I don't know if Courtney mentioned that, but it's called Handshake. So we do have that. Once you've gone on Handshake and you found an amazing opportunity that you want to apply for, please reach out to me after you've done that so that I can help you connect with that employer and maybe walk you through the process of applying for that particular job. So there's several other resources that we have here. Courtney and I both are in the Career Center. We both support you on your career journey, whether it be career readiness on the exploration side with Courtney, or where it be on my side of the fence where you're ready, you know what job you want to apply for, you just need that extra help in applying and connecting with that employer. And my name is Muriel, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. And I'll hand it over to our presenter, Jamina. So I know we're excited to hear her, and I'm really excited. I learned a lot about just reading over the information that you sent over. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Muriel and Courtney, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Jamina Tostado. I'm the recruitment and enrollment specialist here at Big Brothers Big Sisters, our amazing workplace mentoring program. This is our second year running the cohort, and we find it to be successful each year. And so we want to be able to continue to be able to give this opportunity to each student. So thank you so much. I kind of want to preface by saying if you do have any questions that come up throughout the presentation, feel free to drop them in the chat, and I'll go over them at the end to be sure if I can answer all of them. All right, so let's get started here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Great. So yeah, this is our workplace mentoring program, and let's get started. So we are one of the oldest and largest mentoring networks in the nation. We've been around for about 100 years, and we believe it's important to create long-lasting mentoring relationships that ignite the power and promise of the next generation. And we believe it's important to create those long-lasting mentoring relationships because we want to we believe that throughout mentorship, all youth can achieve their full potential. Does anyone know what mentoring or mentorship is? Yeah, exactly, Tom. Someone who helps you out. So, mentoring is kind of having someone to support and guide you throughout the different aspects in your life, such as in this instance would be career, emotional guidance, just someone to really support you and guide you along the way. So, what is workplace mentoring? So, our program is designed to match you with a mentor from a corporate partner. For Riverside City College, we do have a partnership with Enterprise Mobility, in which you will be the mentee. You know, we want to be able to connect you with someone for that career guidance and exploration. How many of you guys have a job or like looking to get a job? Nice, Charlie. So you kind of know what steps you kind of have to take to get there. Well, our mentors are also here to help kind of build and expand your network and kind of bridge the gap between school and the workforce. You know, they want to be able to guide you in your career exploration and all that stuff. And one way they do this is by offering support through our facilitated monthly group sessions, which include things like resume building, setting up your LinkedIn profile, expanding your network. We give students and mentors the ability to gain new perspectives and skills to advance their careers. So this is a great time and opportunity to start learning and enhancing these skills. And another great thing about our program is that we do have these trusted mentors who are here because they want to be here. They don't have to do this, but you know, they're taking the time out of their lives and to support students because they understand what it's like kind of navigating things on their own, you know, and understanding like they didn't have something like this when they were first starting out in the workforce. So they want to be able to give back to the community by offering guidance and support to students. All right. So, as I mentioned before, RCC is partnered with Enterprise Mobility. This is where we get our mentors from. You'll be paired with an industry professional based on your interests, career goals, and hobbies for a meaningful connection. You have opportunities to connect with your mentor outside of that time virtually and in person. And you know, you'll be able to build a relationship tailored to your growth. So, you know, you don't have to be specifically like a business major or focus on business to be part of the program. Our mentors come from many different aspects in the workforce. You know, some of them come from HR, from marketing, from communication, things like that. So let's jumpstart your career. This is a great opportunity to gain real world exposure to different industries and jobs, helping you envision career paths that you may have never considered. You know, as I mentioned, our mentors from Enterprise do come from different backgrounds and experiences, so they'll be able to kind of help broaden your idea of career path. You'll be able to learn professional networking and soft skills like communication and leadership, skills necessary to succeed in the workforce. And what an amazing opportunity it is to have access to like a program like this and exposure to fresh new perspectives that that can help jumpstart your career. And ultimately, what we want you to gain from this experience is kind of just to walk away with the confidence and clarity to pursue your goals and supportive networks. Alrighty, so here is our program overview. We want to make this as easy as possible to be able to fit in your schedule. We are a 6-month program from October to April, and we meet 1 hour a month virtually on Zoom. I'll kind of get into more details on this in the next slide, but we do offer a 2-to-1 mentoring model. So what that means is you'll have one mentor paired with 2 mentees. We found that this works best as it can sometimes be a little intimidating at times to get to know someone just one-on-one. So having about like a small intimate group session will be able to kind of share different perspectives and not make it feel so lonely. And then our monthly sessions are facilitated by our program specialists, Cesario and Joel. So here are the session dates and times. As I mentioned, they're 1 hour on Zoom from 4 to 5 p.m. and we meet the third Thursday of the month. Our first kickoff meeting is October 16th. And you know, all the cadence times are the same. You know, we try to make it as easy as possible for you to attend these meetings and fit them in your schedule. And our kickoff being October 16th. It will be hosted over through Zoom. And this is where you'll be able to meet your mentor for the first time and kind of be able to exchange emails, phone numbers, and see if you're a great fit with them. And as far as eligibility goes, we do ask that you are enrolled in at least one class at RCC. You know, we're not going to ask for a copy of your transcripts. We're not going to like hunt you down, but we do want you to be enrolled in the college in at least one class to be able to participate in the program. And then we also ask that you're available to meet virtually once per month, meaning that you attend all the meetings. We do offer perks at the end of the program, having active participation by responding to our text messages, emails, responding to your mentors, and, attending these meetings will allow you to kind of obtain these benefits, which are like a LinkedIn badge, a certificate of completion, one letter of recommendation, a stole for your graduation, and a stipend of $150. But again, you have to attend all 6 session meetings in order to, and have active participation in order to obtain these these benefits. So if you feel like you might not be able to fit this in your schedule this year, we do understand maybe this might not be the program for you at this time, but we do come back every year. So if your schedule does change in the following year, you're more than welcome to reapply. And we encourage you to to apply and keep us in your contact. And additionally, as I mentioned, we want you to be able to stay connected with your mentor and with us throughout the duration of the program, in between sessions as well. So like responding to our emails, text messages, responding to your mentor. Just please don't ghost us. And our mentors are trusted individuals who are taking the time out of their day because they want to be able to provide that support and guidance. So we also want to make this enrollment process as easy as we can for you. The first step is just, submitting your application. And then the next step would be to complete your virtual interview, which will most likely be with me or my colleague Giselle. She is our senior recruitment and enrollment specialist. This is where we kind of take the time to get to know you, see what your match preferences are, to be able to best match you with a mentor you're most comfortable with. And then after that, you pretty much have joined the program. The last step would just to be to attend the mentee orientation with our program specialist, Cesario and Joel. So if you're ready and feel like this is a great opportunity for you, you can go ahead and scan the QR code. It will take you directly to the application. I'm going to go ahead and also submit the link in the chat so you're able to have access to it. Yeah, we do have a few spots left, and we want to be able to give everyone the opportunity to attend the program, but we do have limited space. So if you're ready and you feel like this is an amazing opportunity to get your foot in the door in the workforce, whether that be through building your resume, building your LinkedIn profile, building your communication skills, you can go ahead and start submitting applications. And additionally, if you're unsure about anything, you have more questions, feel free to email me or text me. My contact information is down here below at Jamila Tostado, jtostado@iebigs.org. And yeah, so thank you guys so much again for taking the time to be here. Courtney and Muriel, thank you so much for allowing me to host this amazing opportunity.
Hey, Jamina, while you do that, can you,
Yeah.
or after you put it in the chat there, can you tell us a bit more about the application? Like, what does the application entail? Is it just some background information? Any kind of written, statements need to be added in the application? So that's question one I had. And question two is, what does the orientation entail? Is that through Zoom or in person? And then what happens during that step three with the orientation?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question, Courtney. So the application itself, it will mostly ask you for your basic information, your name, your phone number, email, what school you're attending, kind of ask you basic questions like your career goals, what you're kind of looking for in a mentoring relationship, as far as, your income and all that. I believe there might be questions regarding that, but it's not something that we look into. Just, something to kind of like keep track of. And then for your other question, Courtney, for the mentee orientation, that is hosted by a program specialist, Cesario and Joel. They go into a little bit more detail in terms of like our terms and conditions for the program, what we expect of you as mentors, as well as what we expect from them. I mean, mentees, as well as what we expect from the mentors. Yeah, and so it kind of go over like what each meeting will entail throughout the program, like what workshops are going to be hosted throughout the program, whether it be like resume building, LinkedIn profile building, communication skills. It's just a way to kind of see an overview of what our program entails. And then for Ashley's question, she asked, is there flexibility for mentor meetups that don't include that Thursday evening? I currently am taking lab at RCC. Last hour of it. So that is a great question, Ashley. So we do, because this is an 18 workplace mentoring 18 plus program, we do kind of allow the flexibility of meeting with your mentor outside of our facilitated work sessions. However, we do ask that you kind of let us know, let your mentors know, so that we can sign like a kind of like a waiver saying like, hey, I'm going to be meeting with my mentor outside of a coffee shop workshop. In terms of, joining the workshop, I believe it's okay if you are a few minutes late. We understand that life kind of gets in the way and there's some things that are out of our control. That's fine. And I believe that because into the last hour of it. If you're, like I mentioned before, if you feel like it might not be a good fit for your schedule this year, you're more than welcome to apply next year. But we do encourage that if you feel like you're able to make it at least it's like once per month, 1 hour per month, we recommend that you join. Alrighty,
All
any other
right, y'all.
questions?
Yeah, now's the time for questions. I have a couple more in my head, but I want to offer it to the floor for the students. Feel free to take yourself off mute if you have any questions, or if you're more comfortable, feel free to put it in the chat for our guest, Jamina here.
Yeah, absolutely.
While they're thinking, Jamina, I can hop in with another question as well. Oh, nope, couple coming through. Sorry, I jumped the gun there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Couple
So
in the chat.
Ashley, no worries. Ashley asked another great question. Does this branch out to any careers like bioengineering? Does this also look within law enforcement? Yeah, so like I mentioned, our mentors do come from enterprise mobility, but that does not mean that you have to be a business major or you have to know anything about business. Our mentors come from many different backgrounds. They most likely went to college as well, so they are familiar with, the process of what to look for in terms of the workforce. So if you're looking to kind of go into bioengineering, looking to go into a law enforcement, there's ways to kind of set up your resume and build your resume and your networking skills to be able to achieve, looking for a job in that. And they're more than likely to help you with doing that. And so Ariana said, it doesn't fit my schedule this year, but this was definitely interesting. Have to go. Oh, well, I hope you have a great day, Ariana. Thank you so much for listening in. I do wish you luck in your class. All right, but yeah,
Jamina, I don't, I'm not sure if I caught it. My apologies. Is the orientation in person or is that also through Zoom? And then are there any in person that are part of the structure of it, or is that just up to the mentor and mentee for any outside of those Zoom meetings?
yeah, absolutely. So, the mentee orientations are all through Zoom. As far as RCC, we do not have any in-person meetings. However, we do have another cohort with Moreno Valley College, and Altura Credit Union. They do have, I believe, 2 in-person meetings. I believe the kickoff will be in person. So if that one actually has a different schedule, maybe if you're able to meet, go to those schedules. Let me go ahead and see the cadence time for those meetings as well to provide you that information. Since I know, Moreno Valley College is kind of within the the RCC district. If you're, find that RCC doesn't fit with your schedule, maybe the Moreno Valley one might. So let me go ahead and find that schedule really quickly. Alrighty. And so I can drop it in the chat. Okay. So the Moreno Valley cohort with Altura Credit Union, our first kickoff is actually October 7th in person, and then we do have another workshop in person as well in February. So this is the information. So they do meet virtually on Zoom from 4 to 5 p.m. for an hour. And then in person will be 4 to 5:30. The only reason we have a little bit longer is because we want to give our people the opportunity to get there for transportation. And also because we do host, so we provide you with food. I believe last year we had Juan Pollo for the event. So that's also a good perk to join the Moreno Valley College program. Let me go ahead and scroll up in the chat for any other questions.
Yeah, you had a couple of them in there. I
Yeah.
can just tell you one of them was, are there any mentors in the music industry?
I I'm not 100% sure, but like I said, our mentors do help you kind of gain skills, valuable skills. Like, if music is something that you're passionate about, your mentor, they can 100% help guide you, look for resources in terms of music, finding work in the music industry, whether that be like through finding networking, building your communication, being able to attain a job kind of entails those interview skills. So that's also another way a mentor could kind of help you look for that, job in the music industry is like if you do find a job, you do get an interview call back, kind of help you prep for it as well. Ariana asked, are there any mentors coming up from an entomology background, walking in a butt?
Jamina, if I can
Yeah,
ask,
of course.
if I can make a statement as well.
Hmm.
It's important to know, y'all, that networking can branch out beyond specifically your specific career or industry interest, right? I think for those of us who are in this work of career development, job development, and all that, we have seen many a times that the opportunities doesn't necessarily come from a direct contact, but the contact that they have, right?
Hmm.
So the awesome part about networking is that, when you meet people and you establish your both professional and personal network, if you don't know the specific person, someone in your network might know of a contact at an organization or a specific individual that can open up doors for you. So even just note, even if the Big Brothers Big Sisters, this workplace mentoring program doesn't have your specific industry contact and folks who work in that. It's definitely important still to expand your network because that next level contact they might have if you don't, right? So I think that's very important to consider as well. Muriel, did you have some?
I did, and then I want to see, I think Aurora has her hand up.
Yes,
Or,
yes. Hello. Can I go ahead?
yes,
Yeah,
please.
go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Well, sorry I'm late, but I am in I am interested in the filming and broadcasting business. I already have a degree and some experience, but I'm still at RCC just completing more updating more my information. But I just want to find out, as he said, maybe not exactly a mentor that is a specialist in this field, but maybe we can talk and we can find out, because I have already also some equipment, but honestly, that are in my closet. Those are in my closet because I don't know how to apply, how to get the business. I have a lot of ideas, but I need some guidance, some help.
Right.
So I was going to comment on that, Aurora. What Courtney was saying is so true. When I'm speaking with a lot of the employers in the industry, what you really want to do is make those connections. You really need to get to a place where you're connecting with any and everybody, even if they're not in your industry, because what that's going to do is help build your network. As you build your network, as you build your ability to communicate, uh, express yourself, share things about yourself. And for you, Aurora, you have all this equipment. Just think if you were able to join this organization and get a mentor, that mentor might say, hey, my sister just so happened to be having a wedding. Would you mind filming her wedding? I mean, everything starts in little steps. You have to get yourself out of your comfort zone first. A lot of students will say, have just said to me, they're looking for a job in their program of study. I'm saying, you know what, Macy's is hiring. Everybody is hiring right now for the holidays. And I understand that that's not, retail sales may not be in your industry or program of study, but guess what? That's going to give you a lot of career readiness skills. It's going to be something to put on your resume that you have been doing something other than school. It's going to be great extracurricular activities being involved in this mentor, and not to mention you will have somebody. How many of you even have your letters of recommendations ready? If an opportunity dropped in your lap right now, would you have anybody who could give you a letter of recommendation? This organization and working with the mentors, you'll now have someone that can speak on your ability to show up on time, your ability to network with other people, your ability to communicate, your those soft skills that not everybody can speak on. So, Jamina, I was just really excited. I was just really hoping students would take advantage of this because I work with them with their resumes and there is nothing on there that I can't even make up. I literally had a student that said the other day, like, hey, all they do is play video games all day. So I'm pulling my brains thinking, well, that gives you great hand-eye coordination. But other than that, there is no volunteering. There is no mentorship. There is no feeding the community. There is no volunteering. There is no anything other than going to school. Now, not to take away from going to school, but I need everybody to understand this program and this level of one-upness is going to make a difference between you and the person over here that has nothing. So just think about all of that. I think everything, I know all of your questions, everybody had a question. Is it about computer science? Is there anything in film? Is there anything in, I believe, and I don't know, I just learned about the program just like you did. I read a little bit about the program, but I can definitely see the benefit in this program and getting that mentor, that one-on-one person that could share their life experiences with you all. You're going to need that as you venture out in your careers. You really will. Trust me.
Thank you, Muriel, for
You're
adding to
welcome.
that. Yeah, I do want to kind of add on to that as well. We do our best to match you with someone that, is along the lines of your career goals, your career paths. Most of our mentors, they do have, like you said, that experience and background. Some of them may have hobbies, like you kind of mentioned, Aurora, about film. We just never know. So we try our best to kind of, match you with someone with the same preference, and, things like that. I also want to mention that, coming from personal experience, had nothing on my resume. My first job out of college actually was at Nectar Juice Bar, but if it had not been for that job, I would have never have expanded my network or my communication skills, my interview skills, things like that. So sometimes it might not be the job specific to what you're looking for, but even getting started anywhere and somewhere will definitely expand your communication skills, your networking, things like that.
Thank you so much,
Hmm.
Amina. Thank you. Thank you.
How
Yeah,
many, I'm just
absolutely.
curious, how many of those that are actually that might be looking for employment, or even if you're currently employed, have individuals already lined up that could give you a letter of recommendation if there was a wonderful opportunity that you had and you need letters of recommendations
Yeah, absolutely. Or references.
or references?
Yeah. So if you join our program, we also kind of serve as a reference. You can reach out to me, to my colleague Giselle, people you've been in contact with here in the organization. We'll be more than happy to write you a professional reference, and also your mentor. Your mentor serves as a professional reference because usually in jobs you either need professional reference, a personal reference, sometimes both, sometimes like five. So it's always the more people you know, the better. But yeah, going back to Mariel's question, how many of you have anybody that can kind of give you that letter of recommendation? And like I mentioned, if you're not able to join the RCC one, we do have the Moreno Valley cohort with Altura Credit Union. That one we meet the first Tuesdays of each month, and our first kickoff is October 7th, from 4 to 5:30 p.m. And on Zoom is from 4 to 5 p.m.
Thank you so much, Jamina. Hey, y'all, wonderful questions. The great engagement. So thank you so much for that. Any other questions before we finish up for today? Thank you for putting that link back in there, Jamina, for the application. Should they be planning, if they're interested, filling it out as soon as possible? I guess, is there any deadline
Yeah.
they need to get going with?
Yeah, so absolutely. We do encourage that you apply as soon as possible so that way we can get you through the interview and then also have you attend the mentee orientation. The for RCC one, and we do have a bit of time as the kickoff is October 16th, but we do want to be able to match you with a mentor, not in like rushed or anything. So we want to be able to find someone you're comfortable with. But if you were interested in the Moreno Valley one, that one I do recommend you do right away as that one starts October 7th. And then let me see in the chat. I arrived late. And so, is there anything I missed within the first 10 minutes? Or I misheard it? The meetings are in groups, right? Yes. So the meetings are in a group form. You'll be able to kind of like this setting where you join the Zoom, and then our hosts, Cesario and Joel, they'll be going over the program, the orientation, and then any workshops that they have throughout the program, they'll be the ones kind of hosting that, and then they'll kind of go more into detail in terms of the program.
How
Makes
long
sense.
is the program?
The program is 6 months, so it's from October to April. And like I mentioned, at the end of the program, you'll be able to kind of receive a few perks, which is like the LinkedIn badge, the program certificate, a letter of recommendation. You'll be able to use us as references, and we do have a stipend of $150. However, what I mentioned during the presentation is that these meetings are mandatory. So in order to receive those benefits, you will have to attend all of the meetings. And we understand that sometimes life might get in the way and there's things that are out of our control. So in the case that you're not able to attend one of our Zoom meetings, there's room for discussion in terms of makeup, but s- that's something to kind of talk about within the interview.
And for those that missed it, so these meetings, are they once a week, once a month? How often are
Yes.
they?
So the meetings are once a month on Zoom for the RCC cohort. That is the third Thursday of each month. So for RCC, the first meeting will be, let me see. I believe it is this 18th. I know on the program, on the presentation, it said the 16th, the Thursday. So let me actually double check with my colleagues here, and then I'll be able to confirm that within more detail. If you do apply and we send you the information, we'll be able to let you know. But yes, they are once a month on Zoom from 4 to 5 p.m.
So an hour once a month, and then,
Yes.
so that's one obligation. And then there's an additional obligation while you're working with your mentor, or is that the extent of the obligation?
Yes, so while you're participating in the program, we just ask that you're actively participating. So like within the workshops, you're doing the activities with your mentor. Outside of the group facilitated sessions that we host, you just respond to our emails, any email that we ask information of, to our text messages, and just be in contact with your mentor. Don't ghost them. If your mentor is like, hey, do you need help here? Don't kind of like ghost them and be like, just remain with the active participation.
Okay. And so that is something, I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking that would be great to have on your resume that you were a part of this program for the 6 months, because even
Mm-hmm.
though you're really only participating for an hour here, or a few minutes here each month, it's just like volunteering anywhere where you're not, some places you're not getting paid. You're volunteering
Yeah.
3 hours out of your time a month to participate in something for professional growth. And it's something that you can always put on your resume. So, I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking about, I understand our students have a lot of prior commitments, but
Mm-hmm.
this is an investment in yourself. If it's not this program, something, be volunteering somewhere, finding something you can add on to your resumes if you are not currently working, and you can fill up that work experience or that academic, extracurricular activity experience. Because, in my role, I'm finding it more and more challenging for students, not even students, individuals that have graduated and they're still not working, and there's nothing that we can put as far as extracurricular activities, because guess what? They're not doing anything. And employers want to know, well, what are you doing every day? I understand you're going to school, but what else do you do? They want to see that. And more employers are wanting to see it. And it's becoming a little bit challenging, because a lot of students, hey, I have my degree, I have my bachelor's, I have my associate's, I have my certificate, I'm a certified. They understand that, but they want to see who you are as an individual, and they're going to know that by the things that you have on that resume, as far as your connections and your network and who you know. It's going to come down to who you know, ladies and gentlemen. And it's getting closer and closer to that. And I really want you guys to find these opportunities.
Yeah, thank you so much, Muriel. That actually did remind
Welcome.
me, we do count for community service hours. So if you need that for a class, volunteer work, anything like that, the times that you dedicated to the program, the times that any hours that you log, it will count towards those community service hours.
And for those of you that are in the clubs, see if that counts for your community service hours in your club. See if it counts if you're in CALA. See if it counts for your community service in CALA. If you're in College Corps, see if that counts for your community service in College Corps. Because I do know both those professors, a lot of the things that she's asked me, the students are going to help at the college and career fair. They're going to count that as part of their volunteer hours. And that's working the college and career fair event next month.
Perfect. Thank you
Awesome.
so much, Aurora. And thank you so much,
Thank
everyone, for your insightful questions. I'm really looking forward to meeting some of you if you do apply. But thank you so much again, Courtney and Muriel, for
Yes.
letting me share this amazing opportunity with everyone.
Oh, yes. Thank you for being with us, Jamina. And definitely, we look forward to get folks signing up and going moving forward with this great opportunity, Jamina. Thank you.
Thank you. And
Uh,
just to answer Anthony's question really quickly, the program begins, I want to say October 18th, since it is the third Thursday of October. But I know on the slideshow it did say October 16th, so I'm just going to go ahead and confirm with my supervisor if that's the case. I'll go ahead and if you do apply, I'll send you that information along with your interview.
Jamina, it looks like the third Thursday of October is the 16th.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's the second, the 9th, and then the 16th.
Oh, okay, perfect. I must have been looking at a different calendar. I have so many tabs open on my
Oh,
desktop.
no worries. Yeah, it looks like
Okay.
16th is right.
Okay, then yes, the 16th.
Yeah. All
What do I have?
right. And yeah, and even though it's if it doesn't work out for this time, y'all the program will be around for next cycle. So so
Mm-hmm.
definitely keep that in mind in the near future.
Yeah, absolutely. We do encourage you to apply. And I know, Anthony, you say you might not be able to participate. I just wanted to go ahead and mention also, again, the Moreno Valley and Altura Credit Union cohort. They are the first Tuesdays of each month in the afternoon or in the evening. And they do have in-person workshops. So and I did put it in the chat if you want to kind of take a look. Let me go ahead and put it one more time. Could kind of take a look over that and see if that fits in your schedule. That might be an opportunity for you as well to be able to join the program. But if not, we completely understand. And we do come back every year. So if next year you find that it's better fits in your schedule, you're more than welcome to apply.
And might you be able to put your email in the chat?
Oh,
And I don't know
yes.
if everybody was able to get it on that last slide.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Thank you
just in
so
case
much.
there's any follow-up questions before they apply.
Yes.
Remember, everyone, if you are interested in applying, please apply as soon as possible. I know the 16th will be here as soon as possible, but you want to make sure you give them time to find you an appropriate placement, right?
Yes.
Before the program kicks off. So, if you are interested, yes, please apply. I would probably suggest by the end of this week. I think that'd be a great goal for you.
Alrighty, that is my email and also my phone number. So you can email me or text me any questions that you might have.
Perfect. So grab
Mhm.
that off the chat, y'all, if you have any follow-up questions about the program for Jamina. Otherwise, thank you all so much for being with us today. Let's give a hand to our presenter. Thank you so much, Jamina,
Thank you.
for,
Thank you.
for spending time with us and telling us about the program and this wonderful opportunity. I know folks will apply and get going with you. So thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys again.
Right.
I
Thank
wish
you.
you all super well.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Have a good one.